Hello, I'm Dijan. Welcome to my Yoga Therapy platform. With this video, I would like to prepare you to my upcoming Amazing Yoga for Women series, which will allow you to explore different dimensions of your menstrual cycle, of your hormonal balance, and mental health, along with several other topics like fertility or pregnancy yoga. So, what are the essentials before we dive deep into a program like that? By driving deep, actually, I keep these programs very light, very accessible, using also lots of props or suggesting adjustments so that these programs are useful for beginners. But also for advanced practitioners who want to go deeper, understand the energetic dimensions, and also have a better idea about which techniques to use when. So, the first thing that we need to express maybe is why should there be a yoga, especially for women? Number one reason could be our ability, our privilege, so to say, to tap into the cycles of nature. We have a direct indicator, menstrual cycle, that helps us to connect. But even for women who do not have a regular menstrual cycle, there is a deeper connection with the emotional and physical reactions as the cycles change in a woman's body. And we can use this to our advantage to bring more balance, more harmony into our life. Second reason, we have different health issues. We have different anatomy, different physiology. Like men would have stronger statistics around cardiovascular issues, whereas women have stronger statistics around thyroid issues, just to name a few examples. So why not using also these ancient tools in a clever way to support a woman's body? And then the third reason that I would like to highlight in launching a program like that is both women and men have feminine and masculine energies. And we can tap into those energies according to our own physical body and anatomy. And we can also bring a much needed harmony in between the feminine and masculine energies. And that's a topic by itself. So my idea right now is to have these different headings for the program, and maybe underneath there will be a few different yoga programs addressing the main heading, like menstrual cycle, pregnancy, fertility, mental health, hormonal health. And more can be added if you also share your comments, your suggestions below. I will be very happy to take them on board while I'm still in the production phase. Or if you are catching me at a phase much later, I still get back to previous comments and produce new videos to address the needs better. And now let me talk a little bit about how to prepare yourself, especially if you're a beginner to yoga. Number one preparation for it is actually to set a strong intention to add yoga into your daily flow, into your daily life. So instead of seeing it as an activity that you would do if all conditions necessary are met, just schedule it. If you don't schedule it, it's not going to happen. Just like doing laundry, just like going for a meeting, just like organizing a talk with a friend or a colleague, schedule it in your calendar. Whether it's once a week, whether it's every day or a couple of days a week, it doesn't matter. What matters is that it fits into your daily flow. It's a natural part of your daily flow. And for that, you need to know when you're going to do it. And instead of waiting for the right and opportune moment for you to do yoga, create that moment, dedicate yourself to creating that moment in your flow of the day. Second, you may want to prepare some aids. There are lots of yoga material. It's a huge sector by itself. So I do not want to encourage you towards consumption in that direction. You don't need to buy expensive and fancy yoga gear, mats, and supporting instruments. If you have a very, very strong dedication to this practice, if you do it daily and if you want to invest, it's totally up to you. But normally, all you need is a mat, a small space where the mat would fit, preferably clean, and comfortable clothing, preferably cotton, natural fiber clothing. That's all you need. That's the basic. And if you need aids to help with flexibility, to help with mobility as a beginner, then use the pillows, the chair, the wall. That would fly. No problem. If you do want to purchase some material for yourself, if you want to create an egregore, a dedicated space for your practice, then I can make a few suggestions. As for mat, it needs to be suitable to your size of the body in a way. It needs to be tall enough or wide enough according to your body, because mats come actually in different sizes, so please pay attention. If you have the tendency to sweat a lot, you really want to have a mat that is not for Pilates. They are more soft and spongy sometimes. You need a mat that grips your feet, so to say. If you really sweat a lot, there are even towel mats. They are not simple towels. I mean, they are thin like a towel, so they are very travel friendly, but they have some sticky substance on it so that they grab on to your feet. I have little paws of cats on it, and it's pretty sweet, but actually it's not a luxury good, it's a necessity for someone who sweats a lot. Then otherwise you can choose whichever mat you like. Also, if you need a lot of support for your knees, for your joints, especially for more slim, skinny bodies, it may be necessary. Then you may prefer a thicker mat, or you may want to put something under the mat. We don't want to use too thick of a mat because it may cause issues with balance, but there are 3, 5, or it depends on inches of mats that you can choose. Make sure if you're traveling a lot, you have still a travel-friendly light mat, because the thick ones can be very heavy, 3 to 5 kilos. So if you are using it only at home, it's fine, but if you want to take it outside, then it may be a problem. Then the other equipment that you may consider are blocks. They come in foam or in wood or in cork. Of course, I mean, foam is quite simple. They are very good, especially for balancing postures, or for postures where you want to need to give your weight, and the pillow wouldn't really be very helpful. And they can also be used to aid your sitting in pranayama or meditation postures under the thighs or under the hips. So that's a good investment. Pillows, there are of course all kinds of yoga pillows. I find that different anatomies require different types, thickness, and shapes of pillows. So you can start with using the pillows around the house and see what you need. And maybe afterwards it makes more sense to get your yoga pillows, so to say. I don't find it as a big necessity. Strap is very handy, especially when you do restorative poses. You can use for a while scarves, tissues, etc. But for some postures, the very belt component of a yoga strap, yoga belt, the fact that you can strap it can be very useful. But again, this is more for restorative poses. Bolsters are amazing, again, especially for restorative practices, like a big bolster. Again, if you have it at home, great, but there are yoga bolsters as well. Blankets and towels for doing final relaxation, or for using folded under the knees to protect the knee joint. They can be very useful as well. These are the, let's say, the very basic tools that you could find in a good yoga studio. You don't need to buy them now, but as you go deeper into the practice, you will see your needs. And eventually, once the practice becomes part of your life, you can go back to this video and listen to the different ideas that I have given to you now. In terms of clothing, I know there are lots of let's say, synthetic material used for yoga outfits. I would recommend more natural fabric. That would be much healthier, much better for your body, because we are breathing through the body, through the skin as well, in life and especially during yoga. Then basically that's what you need. There are other more specific items as well, but for now I don't think it's necessary to mention those. Yeah, so that's basically the mental preparation that I wanted to start with this program. If you want your partners to join, I have a Yoga for Men series that I have already released, so they can already benefit from it. I find it very motivating for partners to practice together. That's a nice thing to share together, and everybody can practice according to their physical need. You don't have to do the same program. That's also nice. And if you're very excited to get started already now, I have some videos on my Yoga Therapy Pill platform that you may already kickstart your practice with. So you can watch, for example, the pelvic floor practice using the link above. And to get notifications every time I release a new program, please make sure that you subscribe to my channel using the link in the lower corner and making sure that you turn on the notifications. Thank you very much for your attention and looking forward to practicing with you. Let's do something good for ourselves.